Hello, I'm Ron Beyer, Golden Harvest Agronomist here in Northwest Iowa. I'm at the Agronomy and Action Research site here just east of Algona, Iowa, to show you a very interesting demo that we've got set up for you. This plot was actually planted on May the 5th, which was a Sunday. Today is May 13th, so it's been in the ground just about a week. What I want to talk to you about today is actually establishing a good quality seed stand within the corn field. A number of things are actually required to get a good stand, one being good soil moisture, which we've had plenty throughout this year. Another would be good soil to seed contact, of which something that I will show you, and then also our temperature. Our temperatures this year are going to make a very big difference as far as the overall stand quality. So in this case, I'm actually looking at our seeding depth study, and I've got a couple of interesting things here that I would like to go ahead and show you. First one here is the seed that was actually planted very shallow, and in this case more than that 1 to 1 1/4 inches deep. Because of the soil at a shallow level will tend to warm faster, we actually do have a nice seed sprout coming back off of this one. In most cases, people will tend to do this when, say, they want to go ahead and rush things along. The detriment of having a shallow stand is that our roots, our nodal roots, will actually establish right around 3/4 of an inch above where our seed was germinated. Therefore, in this case, our nodal roots are going to be forming right at the soil surface. Something planted at this depth will have a really tough time trying to stand late into harvest. Right next to this, we've actually got a seeding depth that was planted at the appropriate depth. And in this case, we're looking at around that 2 to 2 1/4 inches deep. As you can see, the seed at this depth doesn't have nearly the sprout on it, but at this case, we probably wouldn't expect it to have. But what will happen at this case, our seeding depth at 2 to 2 1/4 inches will allow these plants to have a much more uniform emergence. It will allow the seed, the plant roots to actually establish a good structure to hold these plants up throughout the season. This is actually our preferred seeding depth for the majority of our growers. The last one that we've got here is actually at a deeper depth, and in this case we tried to shoot things about as deep as we could go. In this case we're looking at a seeding depth of approximately about 4 inches. As you can tell, these seeds actually have a tough time trying to come back out. When we start looking at our germination or our sprout, it's somewhat similar to that we've got there at that 2 1/4 inches, but I think these plants are actually going to have a long time trying to come out of the ground. Seeding at a depth like this is probably not recommended in this part of the area. So we're going to watch this all the way throughout the season. I think it should be very interesting to see how the established stands will come out in the long term. So with that, Ron Beyer, Golden Harvest, good growing.